Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. This is a scene for Empire of Thorns. So, Maurice Renard, our darling king consort, was struck with two bouts of madness during a height of emotion. One, a very, very deep and irrational fear of blades. The second, that his lover was going to leave him, but no, really, and no, pretty much immediately. So Maurice went to the court kitchens, and that's where we find our darling.
And he flings the door to the kitchens open. It's a mix of panic, terror, and utter despair, which quickly focuses on terror when he realizes, oh shit, this place is full of knives and blades and oh shit, I can't cook, and oh no, what am I gonna do? How am I gonna what? And he will curl up in a ball on the counter of the kitchen.
A few minutes later, Thrawn he's been kind of dashing around looking for him, and he's going to poke his head into the kitchen, and he'll say, Reese?
He'll hear a muffled, sobbing sniffle.
He'll kind of blink at him. He'll kind of step in, and his brow is furrowed, and he'll kind of walk over to him.
When he sees his brow furrow, he lets out like one of those deep in your chest sobs.
His eyes will widen, and he'll kind of rush over to him and touch his back, kind of stroking it. Monsieur Shaw, what is wrong?
This is it. This is it, isn't it?
What's it? What?
And he starts sniffling and looks up at him, and his eyes are like full of tears. He's got like snot dripping down his face. So attractive.
So gorgeous.
So beautiful. You're leaving me.
Oh, blink. What? I am?
That's what they said. They said you were leaving me.
I was gonna go get a handkerchief for you. Putting back at the door, like, just over there. He'll pull out his bandana. Let's go with that instead. He'll kind of like daub his nose and like kind of daub his eyes. Why are you crying?
Because the knives are scary and you're gonna leave.
The knives?
Look at them. They're just so sharp and shiny, and they're looking at me.
They're not looking at you. They're knives. They're inanimate. Inanimate objects don't look at you.
Tell that to them.
Well, kind of look over. They're just knives. They're not doing anything.
I think they're teaming up with the food processor to come after me.
He will blink. He will blink the slow blink of a man who does not know how to handle this. Which is only probably exacerbating your he's about to leave you.
Yep.
So much judgment in his face. There's so much judgment going on.
Unless you're teaming up with the food processor.
Okay. Holding fingers up. You hold the finger up like, no. Back up a little bit, okay? I'm not teaming up with the food processor. he'll kind of look around and he'll pick Reese up, and he'll take him. He'll pick him up and carry him over to the couchy area of the kitchen,
Okay.
and he'll put him down, and he'll take his bandana, and he'll tie it around his eyes carefully, and then he'll pick his hands up and press his hands to his ears. And then he'll move his hand really quick, and he'll be like, just stay here, okay?
Okay.
And he'll put his hand back over his ear. And you hear some mild bumping around and kind of movement for about 5 minutes. And then he'll stop, and he'll walk back over, and he'll kind of pull the blindfold off. There. No more knives.
He lets out the most relieved breath, and he looks, and he looks, and he looks.
Let me see how thorough he was. Nice stream now! Thank you, Dice Stream. Thanks, Obama. With composure. Roll, rolly, rolly, roll. Roll one more die. Okay, he got them all. He basically got everything that was a knife or bladed out of the kitchen. You heard him putting them into a dish pan.
Okay.
And he put the dish pan somewhere not there. And he moved the food processor out. Well, the bladed part of the food processor.
Alright.
There we go. See? Now all the knives are gone.
And you're still here.
Yes. Why wouldn't I be?
He reaches out and touches him.
He leans into it and kind of nuzzles his hand.
Okay, you're real too. Okay.
Holy shit, do you need a doctor?
I don't know what happened. And he sort of tilts his head to the side.
Make a willpower roll, my dear.
Come on, Daystream.
Right?
Oh. It's so slow.
It's so slow. You have 2 successes. Okay.
3.
3. You have 3 successes. You have to accumulate 5 for the effect he's going for to stop. So you reach out and touch him.
Uh-huh.
And although you have a moment of comfort and he's still here, there's something in his eyes. It's just that light is gone. That light of happiness whenever he looks at Mo is just not there.
And he lets out like a noise of pain, almost a whine.
His eyes will kind of go dish wide, and he'll just kind of blink. What's wrong?
You're not looking at me the right way.
What do you mean? I'm not looking at what? How do I need to look at you? Tell me. He'll just kind of shake his head what?
And now his nervous energy starts kicking in, and he climbs off of the couch and starts pacing back and forth. And he's mumbling.
What is it?
They were in my head. They said you were leaving. They said that you were definitely leaving. You were not staying, and I would be alone. They said that.
I don't. Who's they? No, I'm not going to leave you.
When he asks who, he kind of tosses his hands in the air. If I knew who, I'd ask them.
Maurice, I love you. I'm not going to leave you. I'd rather leave my hand or my heart. He'll kind of walk over to him and like touch his shoulders.
And he
Right?
sort of leans into the touch.
Sometimes I'm afraid you're going to leave me.
What? No. No, why?
Because I'm crazy and I'm stupid and I'm illogical and I'm a wolf and I do crazy stupid things like crash into the walls and fight people and I don't know.
He points to himself and then points to the empty knife block.
Yeah, okay, you know what? Yeah, I get it. But you're only crazy sometimes. I'm crazy all the time. I chew panties.
Okay, hold on. Nope. Still not.
Oh, ouch.
Yeah.
He's making excuses. You know when somebody like is trying to say it's not you, it's me?
Yeah.
That's what he's doing right now.
Mm-hmm. He looks at him and blinks. But a few times, very rapidly, blink, 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 blink.
What?
Don't do that. Don't do that. And he shakes his head.
Don't do what?
Make excuses. It's... No, you're wonderful and happy and beautiful and he just starts pacing again.
Okay, but let's throw out examples that are more functional, okay? Like I get that I'm beautiful and happy and all those good things, but I've got my shortcomings and I'm working on them for you, but I it hasn't been enough before.
Okay, hold on.
What if it's not enough for you?
Ah, that's better. Well, there's my 5.
Yeah. Ironically, and for some strange reason, with what he's saying, it's just kind of making your character's head a little more clear, basically. It's kind of more of a he's not making excuses, he's afraid that like Mo is going to leave him. And Mo must have picked up on that and kind of reflected it, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So the logic basically starts to sink in and Mo realizes it's not that Ferran is going to leave him. It's that Ferran is afraid he's going to leave him. And he read it the wrong way, basically. So your character's free of that derangement for now. It's temporary. But that being said, he still does believe, Ferran still does actually believe he's going to leave him. Like, with kind of legitimate reason. Not like a psychological supernatural push. He's starting to tear up over it. Where you go?
Sorry, Steve's making fun of me.
Are you crying? Is that why?
No, I'm wearing a hooded thing, and he said I was in my nerd cave.
Ugh. Yeah, but he boinks you, so there you go.
Basically said the same thing. So
Go on.
when he sees Ferran starting to tear up, he takes both of his hands and drops to his knees. And he's just looking up at him.
You already asked me to marry you. He'll kind of point he'll point and touch his engagement ring.
And he'll bring that hand to his lips and kiss it. Mine.
The ring? I thought you gave it to me.
No,
Like pout.
You. You. And he shakes his hands a little bit.
He'll look really guilty for a moment. And you're not just after me for the crown?
I've turned down crowns before. He shrugs.
You were in the running for the Spring King in Paris, weren't you?
Twice.
Why don't we cook something? That'll make you feel better. It always does.
What can I make without it? He tilts his head. Ice cream.
Well, you could make ice cream. Or you can make brownies. Or you could make bread. Or you could make... You're a pastry chef. There's lots of stuff you can make without knives. Being a pastry chef. We can make scones. He'll start, like, naming off all the different foods you technically don't need a knife to make.
He'll pull him over to the ice cream machine and turn it on. What kind of ice cream do you want?
Randy Alexander.
He smiles.
This is just like that time you had too many Brandy Alexanders and ran up and down Fire Island in your cute little Speedo singing Evergreen. And I'll sniff at him.
And he just pulls him in. And he just, like, totally clings to him. His whole person just all up on him.
He'll chuckle at him. I take it you haven't seen that movie.
I haven't, no.
Oh, that's my favorite movie. And he'll wiggle. He'll wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. That's my most favoriteest of all favorite movies.
Well, maybe after the ice cream we can watch it.
He'll point a finger up. It's not Disney.
Okay.
Free Maurice.
But Brandy Alexander and an ice cream, that's a lot of liquor. It might not freeze properly.
I know. We get milkshakes.
He'll start pulling ingredients out. Cognac.
Aside from that, I guess all I really want is mint chocolate chip.
Mint chocolate chip? Really? That's it?
I'm a simple man. What do you want? I want it complicated? I married you.
I am complicated.
But in the most beautiful way.
And he kind of rests his forehead on Ferran's.
But seriously, why is my court going crazy?
I told you there were voices. When we were all together and it's like The thing that I fear the most was real.
I love you. I'm not going to leave.
Or whatever that was. It made me believe that. And I don't know how many others got that feeling.
Maybe we need to have a talk outside of the court. Maybe hosted at Trudeau's or something like that. We can get together, put our heads together, and figure out what could be going on. Hold like a city hall meeting.
I think that's a good idea.
All the things that have happened recently. Azure's death. The way Claudio did it. The way I treated Jackie earlier. I don't know why I did that. It wasn't like voices that told me to do it. It was just this... He'll think on it because he doesn't quite know the words for it. It was like I couldn't control it.
I don't know. It's been, what, a couple weeks? What has changed?
I don't know.
Is Claudio back to work?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Do you think I was too harsh on him making come in sick?
No, I think it was merciful. Gives him something to distract himself with.
Do you think I made the right call? That we made the right call on his punishment?
I think there's more to the bigger picture here. From what I've heard of Miss Rose, she would have fought. She wouldn't have given up.
I'll kind of sniff a little bit.
Something triggered that girl. And now it's setting it on the rest of us.
I think we definitely need to call together a... He'll roll his hands. Why? Why do I have to be so derpy? In his head, he thinks, I'm trying. gathering. I think we need to pull together a gathering of people to talk about this.
I agree.
People outside of the courts as well.
There are a few of the court lists that might have insight.
But Iris, please, don't think I want to leave you. I never even knew I needed you as badly as I do. On, like, all levels. Physically, emotionally, spiritually, as a king. Well, nod. I need you. The court needs you. My daughter needs you.
He'll reach out and run his fingers through Fran's hair. I had given up on this, you know.
On what?
The idea of finding someone.
I wasn't really looking either, to be honest. I don't know. Wait, you know what I just realized? Who kind of look at him like, duh!
What?
You haven't met my daughter yet, have you?
Well, I've seen her. We've exchanged a polite hello, but
Well, did she realize who you are? She left, remember? She went to, she went with Sammy to Boston.
no, it was before this.
She just got back today.
Well, does she like ice cream?
His eyes will light up. She's a 13-year-old girl. What do you think?
I haven't been around 13-year-old girls since I was a 13-year-old boy, so I don't quite know what to think.
He'll, like, both palms on his face, just so much face planting. He'll nuzzle his face. But she doesn't like mint chocolate chip ice cream. I do.
We have two machines.
I think I have an ice cream problem. I'm not gonna lie. I'll kind of look at them both like, yeah, I have a problem.
Yeah. Haagen-Dazs makes regular deliveries. I've seen the papers.
She likes chocolate with chocolate, and then chocolate in that chocolate. And marshmallows.
Okay.
He'll blink at him like, you got this? You got this.
He'll pull out a ton of chocolate, like dark chocolate, milk chocolate, white chocolate, marshmallows, chocolate chips, chocolate chunks, M&Ms. Like, if it's chocolate and it's in the kitchen, he will find it. And he looks at a bottle of chocolate liqueur and goes, for later. And puts it in the fridge.
I don't think it's a good idea to give her that.
No, for us.
Oh.
Then he gets like a look on his face. We have whipped cream canisters. And he bites his lip.
Yes. Like steam. He's on the same page. Thumbs up. Big 2 thumbs up.
He chuckles.
He'll pull out bowls all around.
Yep. And he'll get the base to the 2 ice creams mixed and in the machine. With the absence of knives, he takes a wooden kitchen mallet and starts beating the bejesus out of the chocolate pieces.
Bejesus. Okay, they've been thoroughly bejesusized.
It's French, you know.
I see. He's watching intently and closely, his tail wagging as he in Hamid as he sits on the island.
Oh yeah, there's lots of smash happening right now.
You're gonna make cocoa powder if you're not careful. What? Yes! And he like dives across the thing and like scoops up the mallet.
And he'll set out a bunch of chocolate covered pretzels.
Whee! Smash, smash, smashy, smash!
And then he reaches up and pulls a chocolate covered pretzel chunk out of his hair.
Yummy! He'll bounce. I did it.
And then he brushes a piece of chocolate off of his cheek.
That gets licked off.
And he leans in. Wait, right here. And he presses his lips to Ferran's.
Tackle! Floor! Hump, hump, hump! Kiss, kiss, kiss! Yeah, fuck it. This thing's gonna fade to black for like 10 minutes.
Uh-huh.
Fast forward, he'll get dressed.
Yep.
Kind of pulling his sweaty hair up, like. I think that judge is never gonna look at me the same way again. Are you okay? Or was that too hard? Kind of looking down at him.
No, I'm fine.
Are you still afraid I'm gonna leave you?
Blink, blink.
No, that wasn't a severance play, okay?
And he'll climb off the floor, buttoning his shirt back up.
Jesus Christ, if I was gonna severance fuck you, it wouldn't be on the floor of the kitchen, okay? I'm not that nice. Ice cream's done. He'll go and get the ice cream. He'll fluff his hair back into a normal position. Buckle his pants for him.
Thank you.
Pull his clothes back on, like all the remaining clothes. He just put his boxers and tank top back on.
Yeah.
And he'll slip his jeans back on. He was barefoot though, so.
And he'll wash his hands and
His mouth, let's be honest.
yeah.
And everything else that needs to be washed.
He'll towel down.
You got so sweaty. He'll kind of smile at him. He has that sparkle in his eyes, like supremely.
Okay.
So much sparkle. So much sparkle.
And then he'll go over to the counter and start to mix the bits of chocolate smash and all of the things into the chocolate ice cream.
Okay. So he'll grab the ice cream, he'll grab everything, he'll grab all that stuff. And he'll kind of take all the stuff. And he'll say, "Ready?"
Ready.
So he'll go and find Bella in his suite, like his area, like his home, quote unquote, as it were, in the court, is actually pretty large. And Bella does indeed live with him. She has her own room. It is her father. Maurice is aware of the fact, by the way, that she is not his biological child. He adopted her. But that's his fucking daughter. Like, when you get into the apartment thingy place, like the suite, you hear kind of a like howling cry, like one of those like embarrassed, upset, angry, hurt cries.
And he'll look at Ferran and tilt his head.
His brows will go up, and she's like hyperventilating, style crying.
Where is she?
She's somewhere deeper in.
Should we?
Ferran's nose will wiggle, and he'll like kind of startle.
What? What is it?
And he'll like kind of run in her direction.
He follows.
She'll like when you guys get close. I'm gonna change her overlay. She'll stop, and she'll look at the both of you like, "Help! Help! 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 Help!" Like she has an utter and complete look of like loss and like terror. She's really, really afraid, and she's like shaking and like crying.
What? What is it?
I'm dying! Help me! If it helps, Ron starts to panic too.
Is she dying?
By looks, no. She doesn't seem to be
Okay.
dying.
That was a medicine check.
Yeah, she doesn't appear to be dying. Although Ferran is kind of like, what? Stop dying!
Maurice will reach out and take her hands.
Her hands have blood on them.
Huh. Tell me what's wrong.
Like literally, like dripping. Like her face is going. She's like, I'm bleeding. I'm dying. I'm gonna die. I'm bleeding.
Bella, look at me.
Roll her composure. She'll look up at him. Ferran himself is also kind of like, why? He's like looking around like, what happened?
Bella,
She'll look up at him.
where is the blood coming from?
I don't know. It's on my bed, and it was on the floor, and I don't know where I'm bleeding from.
He lets out a small sigh.
She'll blink.
Let's take a shower. Come on. Show me where your bathroom is.
She'll kind of point in her bedroom. Fran will do the smart thing, by the way, and put ice cream in the freezer.
Good for Ron.
That's about the smartest thing he can do right now, because his daughter's dying, apparently, and he doesn't want the ice cream to melt.
He'll lead Bella to her shower. Take a shower. Relax. Everything will be fine.
What's wrong?
Once you get out of the shower, we'll talk, okay?
She'll nod, and she'll take her shower.
And while she's in the shower, he will make a phone call.
Okay, who's he calling?
His niece.
Oh, he's calling Sally?
Yeah.
Who is busy, if you'll remember.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, we have a missed phone call from Uncle Mo.
Well, that's why he goes to the house.
Oh, hey, girl.
There we go.
But no. Yeah, so she'll bathe off, and the only problem is that she'll, like, kind of, like, when she comes out, she looks, like, confused. She's wearing her little bathrobe, and she's, like, looking up at him like, apparently you know what's going on.
Yeah. While she was in the shower, he went to the storage room or whatever, like the general rooms, and retrieved some feminine hygiene products.
Mm-hmm.
And came back. He waved a box of pads at Farhan.
He'll kind of look at them like, what's that?
Oh, great. I get to have this conversation with both of you.
What? What's going on?
He's
tampon wearing Az, who's the only person he slept with. Yeah, she'll kind of like sit down confused and like afraid and shaking because she is like not feeling well.
Yeah. He gives her 2 little pink pills and a glass of water.
What's this?
It's medicine.
Daddy said I'm only allowed to take medicine from people I trust. She'll kind of bite her lip.
Well, he looks to Farhan.
Okay. Yeah, you can trust him. He'll nod.
Now, I imagine you have a little bit of a bellyache, right?
It's more like my hips hurt.
And you're a little cranky.
Farhan rolls his eyes like she's always cranky. And she'll narrow her eyes and shake her head at him like, you asshole.
Well, that answers that question.
She'll look back at Maurice.
The gay man is trying to figure out how to put this properly. He sort of bites his lip and he closes his eyes for a second and then says a small prayer.
Farhan will basically kind of come over and sit next to her, like looking up at him like, you're smarter than us.
Miss Bella.
Yes, Mr. Renard?
There's a time in every girl's life when her body changes.
She blinks at him. Do I get boobs now? She'll kind of look down at her chest.
That's going to eventually happen, yes. This is the beginning of that. You've begun your monthly cycle.
What's that? And she'll kind of blink. Yeah. Ron will kind of tilt his head like, huh?
You've gotten your first period.
I don't even know what it is, but it sounds horrible. And Fran will just shake his head like, I'm lost. Help me. Give me a map. Please, a compass. What's the period?
This is what happens to a woman when she is physically able to bear children.
What?
He holds up his
Eyes
finger.
go wide.
Holds up his finger, physically able.
I'm going to have a baby? I'm not
No. Mon Dieu. Hold on. This is your body getting ready for that. One day. In the far, far future.
Far, far future. If ever, Ron says. But I Does it stop?
It does. It's usually between 5 and 7 days.
7 days? Did you say monthly?
Yes.
Okay, no, let me see if I understand you correctly. For 7 days out of the month, I'm going to bleed like a stuck pig.
Until you're about 55?
Oh, hell no. No, we're going to a goblin. Nope, not happening. She'll just get up like, nope, not doing it. Didn't sign up for that. Fuck that. And Ferran will be like, don't curse. No. I'm bleeding. I started my period. I can be cranky right now, can't I? And he's like, oh god, no. Daddy. She'll kind of look at him and bat her eyelashes. I need something to trade with the goblin so I don't have to have this. And he'll look at her like, excuse me, what? I don't even know what this is. She'll look back at Maurice. I can do that, right?
Could, yes. Should. Probably not.
But I don't want to bleed. It's not good. It's bad. It'll kill me, won't it?
No.
No. Nothing that bleeds for 7 days and doesn't die should be trusted. Ferran will tilt his head and be like, this is why you're gay, isn't it?
He just blinks a few times and rubs his forehead.
Then she'll kind of tilt her head and kind of like blink. I don't mean to be rude, but why is the cook explaining this to me? Like, wait, hold on.
He looks at Ferran. You didn't tell her?
Well, sure. I hadn't had the chance. She just got back.
You have a phone.
Damn it. He'll kind of look down and she's like, tell me what? What didn't you tell me? We're getting married. Yay! And he'll kind of make confetti hands in the air. And then she's like, you and me? You're my father! And he just falls. He literally lets himself just fall over onto the floor like, I'm done. Can't handle this anymore.
He just leans back and looks between the two of them.
He'll just lace his hands over his stomach, like.
He looks at Ferran and goes, "This is what you do to me sometimes. You know that?"
Are you serious?
He nods.
I found out what happens if you throw a tomato at the sun, by the way.
Yeah?
It arcs through the air and hits the ground. He'll just shake his head. But I still can't figure out which is faster, dust or fire. I'm working on that one. He'll look up at Bella. No, we're not getting married, you and I. I'm marrying Maurice. Then she'll blink and kind of look at Maurice.
And he'll give her like one of those Maurice smiles.
Great. I get to deal with twice the amount of dad jokes. Ugh. And she'll just shake her head. I thought you were straight. She'll kind of look at Ferran like, I'm confused. That's nothing against you, Mr. Renard. I just didn't expect my dad to marry a guy. That's all. Yeah.
I don't think he did either.
As a point.
Not that he's complaining. I think he likes me.
Your fly is still down. I'm going to assume he does. She'll nod.
And he actually blushes.
Yeah, Maurice. Yeah. Fucking Ferran's eyes go huge. Like, oh, God.
He'll politely turn around and fix himself. And look to his fiancée and go, well, that went well.
Such a precocious child, isn't she? And Bella will clap his hands and say, you said a big word! Yay!
He also speaks French.
I know he speaks French. He speaks better French than English. I don't know how that happened.
It works for me.
So you're going to be my father.
Yes. In about a month and a half.
Well, first off, I hope you make it. Don't take it the wrong way, but, well, there's history there. And Verona raises his head like, God, you're being a bitch.
It happens. He shrugs. So back to the dying thing. You're not dying.
If you were up in bed covered in blood, wouldn't you believe you were dying too?
Probably. It's happened before.
What?
That's why we don't go to Vegas. And his eyes go big.
Yeah, Ferran nods. Like, hugely. Like, yeah, that's why we go to Vegas.
So, basically what this means is your female hormones are starting. That means there are going to be a lot of changes. You said boobs. They will happen. And that's where we're at. I made chocolate ice cream.
She runs. She sails through the air, and she jumps on him.
And he'll catch her and look
And
down.
nuzzle her shoulder. Hi, Daddy.
Well, that's all it took. I think I used every kind of chocolate that was in the kitchen.
I love you.
And the teeny tiny marshmallows.
I really love you.
And he'll kiss her on the forehead and set her down.
Wiggle, wiggle, like Veron. Veron will raise his head up and he's like, no love for me? What? I raised you and love you and all that good stuff, and I don't get hugs? And she'll kind of walk over to him and curl up by his side and nuzzle him.
While they're snuggling, he opens the package of pads and finds the little instruction booklet. And he gives it to Bella.
She'll hold her hand up and take it and be like, this is way too graphic.
They're not tampons, it's just pads. You're too young for tampons. No.
Why? What did they do? And Veron's like, no.
He flips the pamphlet over.
That's a vagina.
Uh-huh.
I don't ever want to mention my vagina around you two again. And Veron's like, thank you. I fully and 100% support this decision.
One-time thing.
Have you ever seen the movie Rat Race?
No.
And then Veron will look up and he's like, what do you watch?
The cooking channel?
You watch French movies, don't you?
Disney movies.
And French movies.
No. Just cooking shows and Disney.
I love him, Daddy. Let's keep him. And she'll nod. He'll nod, and he's like, I plan on it. Despite his best efforts today, apparently, to deny that, I do plan on keeping him.
And Mo points to the ring on Veron's finger. Yep.
And Veron will point over at his tablet. Yep. And she'll look at him like, tablet, what? How does this equal marriage? And he'll bounce up and run over and grab his tablet and pull the both of them together with the ice cream. And he'll show them where he's been making plans.
And he'll snuggle into both of them and look at his little family and smile.
She'll take one side, he'll take the other. And she'll basically kind of lay her head like on his shoulder eventually and go to sleep. And Veron will kind of look at her and him and smile. I think she's sleeping.
Mm. The Midol has that effect on some people, especially someone so small. Celeste can take one and knock out.
So I know you have your own apartment here. But would you like to move into mine now?
He tilts his head. Of course. That only makes sense. I mean, you do want to keep me close, right?
So I can kill you in your sleep.
So you can kill me. I'm like, wait, what?
He'll press his lips to his. Luckily, you've never seen So I Married an Axe Murderer.
No.
Yes. Why don't I put her to bed while you throw the bowls in the dishwasher.
Okay, sounds good.
And then we can curl up and get some sleep, for God's sake. I'm exhausted. Oof. Meet me in the bedroom.
Yep.
Oh, no, wait. You wanted to go check on your niece, didn't you?
She didn't answer me.
Oh, you're going to go check on your niece. Okay. Well, then here.
She was supposed to go out with Dr. Morgan.
Ah, I see. So he'll kind of pull himself up on the couch, right? He'll kind of remove Maurice from between him and Bella, and he'll curl up with Bella on the couch, holding her, and kind of pull the blanket up and snuggle down. And I am not kidding. It's like 3, 2, 1. He's like sleeping, like a child. He knocked the fuck out.
And he'll pull his phone out and take a picture of the two of them sleeping, curled up together. Hi, the family. And he smiles to himself and heads out to his old apartment where Celeste should be, hopefully, eventually tonight.
Okay, I'm gonna do one more thing with you before I let you go, if you're okay with it.
Sure.
Let me pick someone. I need to look over something really quickly. I'm actually gonna roll. I'm gonna hit the first spring courtier. Comes up in my NPCs. Okay, I can use him. As you're walking out, you see Lucas.
Hello.
Which I'm reminding you. I think you know, but you do remember. He is one of your motley mates.
Yep.
And he's basically kind of shaking.
Mon ami, what is wrong?
And he'll kind of startle when he sees Mo come, and he'll kind of like cry out like ah, and he'll kind of like shield his hands up.
Lucas?
Maurice?
What is wrong?
He'll shiver hard and shake his head. I felt like someone was following me. He'll kind of shiver again.
And he tilts his head, looks down the hallway.
There's no one there.
Did you get a strange thought in your head that wasn't quite your own?
You don't think Claudio's gonna try to kill us, do you?
He takes Lucas's hand and squeezes it.
Or he wouldn't go after the people we care about, right? Like Pearl or he wouldn't, right? Right? Tell me he wouldn't.
No, he would not. Listen, focus, look in my eyes.
He'll kind of like stop and look at him. Because I you know what he was before he came here, right? I mean, how can we? I mean, that never really leaves, does it? I mean, he could be a loyalist for all we know.
Lucas, there's something going on.
I'll say for damn sure. Somebody murdered a member of our court, and we're not even acknowledging it. Our motley mate. Our motley mate. Claudia. I'll kind of blink.
Those thoughts aren't your own. Focus on fact.
I'll swallow hard. Claudia was the first person who was there for me when I came back.
You could give me another one.
Something wrong with my head, Maurice. I don't feel good.
It happened to me a few hours ago.
Yeah, he clears it.
Mhm.
It's like, it's not like voices in my head. It's like thoughts that aren't mine, but pushing into mine.
And your worst fear is the loudest.
Yes.
And it's real, but it's not real. There's something wrong in our court.
I kind of bite his lip. I need to get some rest. My head is buzzing.
Check on your pearl.
He'll kind of lightly, like, clasp the back of Mo's neck and, like, kind of pull his head forward and touch brows with him. Be well, mon ami. I'll see you later.
Call me if anything happens.
I will. And he'll nod. And he's still shaking pretty badly and a bit pale. He normally has kind of an olive tan color, like his overlay shows, especially since he's a little dusky from his Shadow Soul thing. But he's kind of pale right now. So he'll nod and he'll walk off. And with that, we can end our scene with Maurice going to check on his niece. So, thank you, player, for playing, and thank you, watchers, for watching, and all those other good things. Night!